Welcome, movie fans. Thanks for joining us for a special New Year's Eve episode of Reading Between the Reels, the premier podcast of holiday cheer, broken bones, and machine guns. If you're a new listener, we're so glad you found us. If you've been enjoying the show, please like, follow, and subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify. You can also support the show by posting on your socials and by joining our Facebook group. I'm Craig Dickinson, and I wanted to release this special episode just to kind of hold us over until we finally get to our Tenet episode. We're working really hard on that. I've already watched it a couple more times, and I think I might finally understand it at this point. But we will have that episode out for you guys shortly. Also, just wanted to, besides giving you the update on Tenet, just kind of let you know, just kind of a sneak preview of what's coming up for Reading Between the Reels in 2026. We will conclude our Christopher Nolan series with a 2-parter on Oppenheimer. And then I think we'll have a kind of a special surprise for you between the end of that series and the start of our next one, which will be a series on the films of Steven Spielberg. So you have that to look forward to coming up in 2026. So the other thing I wanted to talk about just on this real brief episode was a thing that I decided I was going to try this holiday season was, it's, Christmas movies are re-released on most of the streaming services around this time of year, or maybe you've got them on physical media, but it's usually a tradition to watch certain things, A Christmas Carol, maybe The Peanuts, The Grinch of one form or another. But this year, in addition to those things, I wanted to try and not get completely sucked into that genre, and looked for and watched quite a few of what I'm going to call action Christmas movies. And so just to kind of follow up a little bit on our last episode, the re-release we did with Jeff McGee, there are a few others. So if you are in the mood this holiday season, or really any time of the year, but if you want to do a holiday movie that's not a traditional holiday movie, but it kind of also scratches the itch for action, here's a few other ones that you could try. Now, the first couple that we have here, they're written by Shane Black, who you may or may not be familiar with, but you're familiar with his work. So the first action Christmas movie that I watched, and I would highly recommend, because it is set at Christmas, is Lethal Weapon with Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. And yeah, it's not always thought of as being a Christmas movie, but besides the fact that it's set at Christmas, Christmas is a pretty important part of it, because it is at that time of the year that we find Martin Riggs, Mel Gibson's character, who's very much alone, and the holidays are rough for a lot of people who have been through tragedy like he has. So Lethal Weapon, fantastic movie, absolutely holds up. But yeah, it's also a Christmas movie. Another movie written by Shane Black that happens at Christmas, and yes, it is an action Christmas movie, a holiday action movie, The Long Kiss Goodnight, one of my favorites. Gina Davis, Samuel L. Jackson being Samuel L. Jackson. This one directed by Renny Harlin. Very underrated action movie, in my opinion. It is very much of its time, late 90s, but it is a lot of fun. And depending on who you're watching it with, you can absolutely justify it as a Christmas movie. Another Shane Black movie, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Now, this one is probably slipped under the radar for quite a few of us, but this is... It stars Val Kilmer and Robert Downey Jr. Now, this is pre-Iron Man, but like right before. So this is kind of, we usually look at Iron Man as like, that's the comeback movie for RDJ, but this is kind of technically the first of that on the comeback trail for him, where he's a co-lead. It's set at Christmas. Christmas isn't really a big part of this movie, but you do see it from time to time. It's kind of a neo-noir, very self-aware, but a lot of fun. Very fun movie. Not for kids. It definitely earns its R rating, but it is a lot of fun. If you're a fan of Shane Black's writing, if you're a fan of Robert Downey Jr., if you're a fan of Val Kilmer, it is a must-watch. And then from that, another Shane Black movie, this time directed by him as well. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang actually was directed by Shane Black as well. Iron Man 3, which of course stars Robert Downey Jr. And this is it's kind of the opposite, right? We had Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is where Shane Black brings in Robert Downey Jr., and in this case, it's kind of the opposite, where, Jon Favreau steps back from directing the Iron Man series, directed Iron Man and Iron Man 2, of course. And so Robert Downey Jr. kind of handpicks Shane Black to direct and then co-write Iron Man 3. So another movie set at Christmas, not a huge part of the movie, but it is a holiday action movie, an action Christmas movie, if you will. Another movie that fits this bill, but very tenuously, but still a lot of fun, still holds up, is First Blood, the Sylvester Stallone movie, the first of the Rambo movies. You could easily be forgiven for not knowing that it is a Christmas movie because it is not a huge part of the movie at all, but there are very obvious Christmas decorations all over, especially like in the jail and things like that. So, First Blood. Another Sylvester Stallone movie, this one a little bit more obvious for the Christmas season, is Rocky IV. And I highly recommend, if you have the option, watch the director's cut, the more recent one, Rocky versus Drago. It is actually shorter than the theatrical cut. It's got a lot of different takes on it. It's definitely more action heavy, more focused on the fight. They removed the robot, if you remember the robot. So that's kind of interesting. It's a really good take on it. If you like Rocky IV, highly recommend checking out Rocky versus Drago. Okay, continuing with this trend, kind of a non-traditional holiday action movie, Batman Returns from '92. This is the second, and for the longest time was the last appearance of Michael Keaton as Batman. Christmas is absolutely the setting. It's a crucial part of this film as well. A lot of fun. It's very Tim Burton. Like, this is, if you remember, the first one was very much a studio movie that, Tim Burton was kind of a hired gun and brought on and was a huge success. And so they basically just gave him carte blanche for this one, and he Tim Burtoned very, very hard. A lot of focus on the villains. Still my favorite Catwoman, though. Michelle Pfeiffer is fantastic in this. Danny DeVito as the Penguin is excellent. Batman really kind of takes a back seat to this in this film. And of course you have, the one, the only Christopher Walken as Max Schreck. I remember when I saw this movie the first time, I did not know who Christopher Walken was. I was pretty sheltered at that point. But now watching it, he's basically like Jeff Goldblum as well. He's playing himself, and that's a lot of fun. So check that out. Another one, also set during Christmas, it's still kind of a crucial part of the movie, is Gremlins from 1984. Joe Dante's Gremlins, produced by Steven Spielberg. Very cartoony. I don't know if it holds up necessarily. I watched it with my kids fairly recently, and they weren't the slightest bit frightened by it, but it was still fun. It's really kind of campy a little bit, but still, you know what they're going for. And if you watch it, especially if you watch it with nostalgia glasses, it is a lot of fun still. And like I said, set at Christmas. And of course, no list of these action movies would be complete without mentioning Die Hard, which I won't go into a lot because we just recently talked about that, our previous episode. But also, don't forget, Die Hard 2 is also set at Christmas. So if you can push the one through, see if you can get the second one through. Not as good as the first movie. I mean, what is? This one's directed by Rennie Harlan, who also did, of course, Long Kiss Goodnight. But still great performance by Bruce Willis. Some amazing action sequences in there. It really is very much beat for beat, almost a remake of the first movie as much as it is a sequel. But a lot of fun. If you haven't seen it in a while, it's definitely worth a watch. So that concludes my list of action Christmas movies. So that's just a quick one this time, guys. And so as we close, we just want to say thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to connect with us, you can find us on X, Instagram, Facebook. Email us at readingbetweenreels@gmail.com or use the SpeakPipe app on our website. If you enjoyed the show, please like, follow, subscribe, and be sure to leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify. This just helps the show tremendously, guys, and absolutely helps us reach more people, so we really appreciate those reviews. And of course, our next regular episode, which is coming soon, I promise, will be a review of Tenet. It'll be Tenet Part 1. So send us an email or voicemail about your favorite moments from Tenet, and we will share it on the next episode.